Welcome to today's topic, toxic relationships. Let us start with a few questions. The first and most important question is, do you feel you want to change something in you? Do you feel you have to bring a better version of you? Try to answer these questions as yes or no. How much did you already change over the years? And for whom was that change? Was it for you or was it to accommodate someone in your life? And are you happy with your change? Do you want to change more? Keep these questions in the background, they will be useful. So, welcome once again. Before going into today's topic, the big topic, let us recap a bit of the last ones. We spoke about the four quadrants: work, family, health, and friends. To improve work, to improve family relations, to improve social networking, and to improve our health, we we spoke about four quadrants, sub quadrants in each of these quadrants last time. So today, let us see the other way around. Think, for example, the deadline thing is not there. The work pressure is not there. What improves? Work improves. When we stop taking over responsibility or overdoing, what improves? Relationships improves in general, family or friends. When we remove the disconnection with self, it is easy to connect with people. Again, friends and family improves. Take the toxic relationships out of head, not necessarily out of life. Think over it later. At least take the toxic relationships out of head. What improves? All four quadrants definitely will improve: work, family, friends, and health. So that is the significance of today's topic. So welcome once again. Let's get started. Today's contents are healthy relationships versus toxic relationships. What are the signs that we have to look for? Check your position. Where are you right now? And we will talk about trauma bonding, self gaslighting, true bonding. What next? Some some like really new terms maybe, or very interesting terms that will help us in dealing with the toxic relationships in our life, if any. So, healthy relationships versus toxic relationships. What are the signs that we have to look for? In any relationship for that matter, we will be having discussions, fights, we will have some needs, desires, demands, and we will obviously get some responses. There will be some form of bonding. Of course, promises will be there. Predictability. How is that in a toxic and in a healthy relationship? And naming a relationship. These are the things that we are going to consider today. So, on one side, we have healthy relationships, on the other side, we have toxic relationships. So, the first subheading would be discussions. So, in a healthy relationship, how is the discussion? Discussion is obviously healthy. What do we mean by that? There will be discussions on health, on major topics, not just petty things. On major topics, there will be discussions. And it is not one way, it is both ways. Both equally participate in the discussion. And there is, see, for a discussion to happen, there is verbal communication, non-verbal through body language, facial expression, gestures, we convey some meaning, and we listen to what the other person is saying. There is understanding, there is active listening, and then there can be agreement or disagreement. Whatever it is respectful. We need not agree on everything what the other person says, but the disagreement is in a healthy, respectful way. Not only that, we will be particular about the environment. For example, when husband and wife are engaged in a fighting, they will subconsciously keep in mind that kids should not listen to this or they shouldn't be affected. And it is also about timing. Just before going to sleep, better not to have a fight. So these things happen in healthy relationships. On the other hand, if we have a toxic relationship, how is the discussions going to be? It is usually one way and there are no major discussions. It is usually like one person is a dictator or controller, the other person is a receiver. So one person blames, other person takes it. One is a victim, the other is a manipulator, for example. So it is not a healthy kind of bonding. Hmm? It is one way. There is hurt, there is trauma. Also, yeah, there is no freedom of emotion expression. In a healthy relationship, you can say anything, you can share the emotions, you can be vulnerable. There is nobody to judge you, blame you, criticize you. You are free to express yourself. There is freedom of emotion expression, and then the timing, the sharing, everything is taken care of. How we end the relationships, sorry, not the relationship, how we end the discussions, it is usually there will be a problem, there will be problem solving both together, and then after some time there is also the follow up. In an unhealthy, or in particularly in a toxic relationships, there is no follow up, and the discussion will be on petty things and highlighting emotions. The total direction of the discussion goes somewhere else. And the second one is fights. How will be the fights? Fights will usually be on problem solving. There is an issue, and then there is difference of opinion. That is very common in any relationship. Again, every time it is a new fight when it comes to healthy relationships. In toxic relationships, it is the same fight happening again and again without reaching a solution. And that is blaming, criticizing, all those that we said before. In the health, in these healthy fights, what happens is mutually there is like a compromise, coming into terms. Okay, what is the best step to be taken? And then one person might apologize if thinking in a wrong way or behaving in a wrong way. It is like a mutual thing. There is respect and there is compromise. Also, there is emotion regulation. When we dislike a person's point of view, we need not shout. There is emotion regulation when it comes to healthy relationships. Why? Because the foundation is very strong there. What about toxic relationships? No emotion regulation. It is always criticizing, blaming, and the discussion reaches nowhere. Fight just continues. And how does the fight make up happens? Usually in an unhealthy way, in a dysfunctional way. Healthy fights end in a there is a functional repair, meaning the problem is addressed and then both parties move on. In toxic relationships, usually sex is the thing that resolves the issue, and the main issue remains as such. So that is about the fights. Next, emotion. Yeah. Next one was, yeah, the needs. Yeah, another big one. In any healthy relationship, let it be with your father or children or spouse or at workplace, you will be able to express your needs. And usually the healthy way of expressing needs is saying, I am hurt, I did not like the way you reciprocated whatever. Instead of saying you did not do the right thing, it will be put as I did not find it right, I did not like the way, I felt upset. So that is a way in which needs are projected in a healthy relationship. Why? Because there is understanding there. You are not planning to hurt someone, so you talk very respectfully, and there is clarity. Look, this is what I want. There is clarity there. But when it comes to toxic relationships, it is very, very difficult to express your needs. You do not have a space there to express your needs. Why? Because it is taken like a sign of weakness. You cannot express yourself. There is emotional abuse. When you express your needs, all you get is you are emotionally abused. And there is a term called gaslighting here. It happens. It just means that your thoughts, your views, your ideas, like they don't have any value. And it is reversed. You start to feel that you are wrong. You are totally wrong. Whatever you think is wrong. Whatever you do is wrong. So this is because of the emotional abuse that is happening. All because you took the courage to express your need. You end up disturbed, dissatisfied, or in tears. Yeah. And in toxic relationships, there is manipulation and control. And most of the time, we do not understand this is happening. So be aware of this. And the next important one is, yeah, needs. One more thing, there is invalidation. Yeah, your emotions are not validated. Yeah, it is natural. As long as we are in this human body, we will have emotions, and emotions need to be validated. So, unfortunately, in toxic relationships, there is no validation of your emotions, and it will be very difficult to express your needs. You will be fearing the responses. So, there is no freedom of emotion expression or need expression. Responses from the other side. How will that be in a healthy relationship? They value your time, you value their time, there will be timely response, there is no ignoring. In toxic relationships, you will be ignored, the problem will not be addressed, and the responses is only about the self. The other person is not there, maybe they lack empathy. Yeah, so gaslighting, we already spoke about it. And then gaslighting is a thing, but you will be left in a confused state, in a state of self-doubt that you are wrong, you need to change. And later on, gaslighting by some other person becomes self-gaslighting. Why? Because I don't want you to do that for me because I feel it doesn't feel good. So let me do that. So that is self-gaslighting that can happen as well. And then stonewalling. See, there is a stone wall, you are just facing the wall. Meaning, when you are saying your needs, demands, whatever it is, from the other side, what you get is this response. Stonewalling means silent treatment. Not a good place to be. Just understand these all can happen. Yeah. Bonding. How is the bonding in a healthy relationship? It is from A, both move to B, then C, then D. Together, the journey moves. There is an evolution happening. There is an understanding, respect. Both give and take. They complement each other. They grow in the journey of together life, whatever it is. Either it can be parental, child relationship, whatever. There is growth. But in this toxic relationship, the bonding is cyclical, meaning, see, there is emotional abuse. Whatever be the reason, there can be this emotional abuse. You are abused emotionally. You will not feel good. And then your value is diminished. You feel devalued. And then this is all made up with some positive reinforcement. Once in a while, you get some good thing. And then emotion abuse continues, devaluation happens. Again, it is compensated with a positive reinforcement, either initiative you take or the other person takes. This cycle continues. You are constantly in this cycle. So, and what are the promises? How are the promises? In a healthy relationship, promises are fulfilled. At least there is effort. And if promises are not fulfilled, you get the feedback. Look, for so and so reason it happened. What is an alternative for this? Whereas in toxic relationships, it is future faking. You just fake to escape from the current situation, and nobody is going to fulfill the promises. So, and it repeats every time there is promises and then it doesn't happen. Check if you have any of your relationships like this. Then predictability. Yeah, healthy relationships are very predictable. You know to what extent the person goes. It is all clear, evident. This is unpredictable. Sometimes you will feel magical, blissful, and at other times you feel you are collapsing, you are in deep depression. So, this wide range of emotions doesn't happen in a healthy relationship. So, predictability, it is unpredictable. So, can you name such a relationship? It is not easy to name an unhealthy or toxic relationship in particular. What are the intentions in a healthy relationship? It is always good. See, we might have difference in opinion, we might have difference in expressing the needs or responses or expressing the emotions, because two people come from different families. So in whatever relationship it is, there are differences, but the intention is always, always, always good for both parties. So that is a healthy relationship. If you feel there is some selfish hidden motive, there is competition, there is something to protect their ego, they put a mask, understand the intentions are not good. There can be jealousy. So that is a toxic relationship. Yeah. How can you name a relationship? How do you name a relationship? Healthy relationships are easy. You take any healthy relationship in your life. If I ask you, give it a name. You can say it's a respectful relationship, it is a beautiful relationship, or it is a caring, sharing, loving, kind. You can use many phrases, many metaphors to describe the relationship. Whereas when it comes to toxic relationships, you will be really confused. You actually do not know how to name it. Sometimes you feel it is the best relationship. Sometimes you will feel because of this relationship, I am progressing. Sometimes you feel because of this relationship, I am collapsing. I have regrets. So it is a mixture of many things, and you are left in a confused state. So it is difficult for you to name the relationship as such. Think over it. Check your position. Yeah. Are you doing any of these? Number one, justification. Are you justifying your parent or partner or children or friend, whoever it is? They are doing something wrong, which you sense is not right, but still you justify. Are you doing that? Then one stop shop. Yeah. Are you being that one stop shop for everything? Example, in a relationship, are you the one who is a parent, who is a child, who is a housekeeper, who is a cleaner, who is a laundry person? You name it. You are all in one. Are you doing that? Are you self gaslighting yourself? That is, initially the other person was doing it, now you took it. Oh no, I doubt myself. I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are right. It is my mistake. So I have to change. Is this happening? Giving in to others 100%, not 100, 200. I am giving my soul, my heart, my energy, my time. I'm putting everything into a relationship. Is that happening with you? Are you taking your rest? Are you having your fun time, pastime? Then next is giving up on you. Are you giving up on yourself? If you give up on yourself, is there anyone to take care of you? Are you giving up on yourself? If so, what percentage is that? Give me a number. 50, less than 50, more than 50? Do not give up on yourself. Yeah. Are you getting exhausted? Tired, running day and night? I'm getting exhausted. Is this happening with you? Check your position. Yeah. Self gaslighting. Usually, why do we do this? Or some of us, why do we do this? For self protection. See, initially the relationship starts like this. I trust you, you trust me. The other person wins my trust, and then I surrender. I'm okay with everything. So I lose the sense of me. I lose my identity. There is identity confusion, and I go into self-doubt, and I start believing your version of me, your version of reality, your version of situation. It, in a way, it becomes mine. See, I lost me totally. And then I start thinking there is something seriously wrong with me. I have to change. I have to change. I must change. I need to change. See how it goes. I need to work on me. That is the ultimate thing that happens when we are in a toxic relationship. So check. Do you think you want to change? Certain changes, okay, but then totally I have to change. I'm a wrong person, the other person is right. If that thinking is happening, rethink that thinking. So what is a trauma bonding? As the term suggests, trauma bonding. There is bonding, but it is a traumatic bonding. I will just read the definition. Misuse of fear. Maybe I am in fear. Misuse of fear, excitement, and sexual feelings to entrap or to entangle another person. See, manipulation. There are phases of intense love that feels magical, blissful, followed by periods of neglect, mistreatment, and catastrophe. Two extremes. That is a trauma bond. You cannot be in the bond, you cannot leave the bond. That is a trauma bond. And you're not happy. You're questioning yourself. Crazily fighting, reaching nowhere, and making it up with sex. Yeah, this is what a trauma bonding is. Usually it is that way. When it comes to spouse, when it comes to other relationships, it is not a happy bonding. There is like two extremities and you are confused most of the time. Your best doesn't come out. So what is a true bonding? Yeah, as the term suggests, it is a mutual feeling of safety, security. There is respect, there is trust, there is understanding, there is compassion. It is a win-win situation for both. They complement each other and they move forward in life. We all want true bonding, isn't it? But unfortunately, we fall in the trap of trauma bonding. Why? Because true bonding can be a little boring at times. Trauma bonding is very exciting. So we might fall in the trap of trauma bonding. Be aware of that. So what next from here? Identify your relationships. Check how many of them are toxic, how many of them are true bonding, healthy. So from here, how to take it? You want to quit the relationship, you want to exit, you want to continue, stay there, you want to continue surrendering. Where do you stand? What do you want? Whatever it is, feel whole, feel not HOLE, WHOLE, feel whole and complete, and then take the best step. Because when you are in a toxic relationship, you will be fragmented. There will be parts of you that you yourself don't like. So integrate, become whole, take support, take psychological assistance, become whole, feel that, and then take the best step. Maybe you need not exit, maybe you need not surrender, maybe you need not stay. Whatever it is, feel whole and then take the next step. Maybe you know how to deal in a better way because you are whole. You see things differently. So get that integrated you first. Then what next is think over it later. So what do you deserve? Do you deserve abuse, devaluation, dysfunctional repair? Or do you deserve peace and joy? What do you deserve? So based on that, we need to take our next step. So two more terms here. Yeah, one is gray rocking. What do we mean by that? When we are in a toxic relationship, it is not easy. There is suffering, and most of the time, because of the confusion, you will not say it to some other person. You will just suffer. So one way to deal with a toxic relationship is gray rocking, meaning do not supply energy. When the other person tries to abuse you emotionally, disengage from that emotional conversation. Not easy, but not difficult. Disengage from the emotional conversation, set your boundaries. Think what you have to share. Do you really have to share your personal everything? Think over it. And then respond with the wise mind, because in a toxic relationship, you are forced to respond with your emotional mind. So deal with your emotions separately and respond only with your wise mind. Very, very important. And then self-care, most important of all, because in any relationship, self-care is important, especially if you are in a toxic relationship. Really take care of yourself, because even this gray rocking is not easy, because you're holding yourself. That is not the true you, but you're forced to do that and you consciously do that. So even for that reason, self-care becomes very important. And if you're facing this gaslighting or stonewalling, you definitely have to take care of yourself. So we spoke over many ways of self-care previously. Have your pastime, have your good friend circle, go for work, enjoy your work, have a healthy routine. What else? Withdraw yourself morning and evening. Have a healthy practice of meditation or relaxation, yoga, whatever that suits you. Most importantly, have healthy self-talk. No matter what I reach so far in life, I will go ahead in a more smooth and peaceful way. So that is it for today. Have a great time. Thank you. See you next time with some other topic. Yeah, think over this. Just revalue or evaluate your relationships accordingly. Take the right step. Thank you.